This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with that prize guy. I'm delighted to be joined, I think for the first time in a few months, obviously, Mark Dunlop. Mark, obviously, it's good to see you obviously back. Next show will be announced there for the 2nd of August. Colm versus Pearson for the EBU Silver Featherweight title.
Yes, no, it's great to be back, Steve. It's nice to have you back as well, following your brief retirement. But, we spoke to him and I'm glad you're back and everything's worked out well for you. And that's the way life is. This is our first show back from obviously like tragic events of the Ulster Hall, but everybody questioned everything, and we now have decided to get back on the horse, as the saying goes, and we're delighted to be back at the Girdwood Hub. We're going to do a fantastic night of boxing with Colm Murphy topping the bill against fellow undefeated boxer Luke Pearson. They're fighting for the EBU Silver Featherweight title. It's a title that was just relinquished by Nathaniel Collins, who was very, very good on Saturday night. So it has real good clout, and a victory for either boxer, would take them to European honours. So full European honours. So that's why we call the show Maximum Risk, because both fighters are risking their undefeated records for a shot at glory.
Obviously, this is the first sort of chance to guess, obviously, on camera we've sort of had. Obviously, I've spoken to you quite a lot sort of since the tragic events in Ulster Hall. How are you personally feeling, Mark? Because, it's all right in saying that a normal death in some ways, family members and stuff, we just get on with things, but for you to lose obviously your own fighter in John Cooney, which we all know the dangers involved with this sport, but you sometimes never think it's going to come to your own show. How are you personally feeling? Because I guess these last couple of months have probably been very, very tough for you.
Well, as I said, it was a tragedy, a real tragic event, and devastating for everybody involved. When I spoke to John Cooney's dad yesterday and let him know also today that we were going to release the show out of respect for him. I'll be honest with you, I was ready to pack in. Enough's enough, and but of other fighters to represent, and as I've said from day one, it was a freak accident, and the reality of it is boxing does genuinely save more lives, so than it takes. So not to dwell too much on what's happened. But I'm back on the horse and we're ready to go, and I'm really, really looking forward to the 2nd of February in the Girdwood Hub.
2nd of August.
2nd of August, sorry.
Obviously, somebody done a show before. Obviously, Colm Murphy beat Liam Ginner for the Irish title.
Yes. The Celtic title was.
Is that the Celtic title?
Yes. And
also the rhythm rematch. Irish.
And then Conor Quinn topped it. He fought Chris Little for the
British Boxing Board Celtic.
And the Commonwealth Silver.
Yeah,
it's a cracking venue, isn't it? It really is, and it's easy to work, easy to do, much easier than the Ulster Hall. And I'm really, really looking forward to going there again. It really is a nice event.
Obviously,
the venue, sorry.
That's only the one sort of fight announced yet. Is there any other ones that you haven't announced that you want to sort of announce it?
Yes, just for now, because there's still 9 weeks to go, and I've other people lined up. Definitely, and there's going to be some kids from across the water fighting on the show as well. So, I'm really looking forward to it. But as I say, we're going to drip that news out, very, very shortly. But this small interview today is just to release the show and release the big fight, which is very, very good.
And obviously, just when I was touch, a fighter obviously retired there, and obviously Tommy McCarthy. You fairly changed Tommy's career around for him. Do you think of the fight you had, the platform you were to give him? That's why you've nicknamed the Magic Man, because when there were people saying with Mark Dunlop, that's when the magic happens. What a career Tommy had.
Oh, Tommy was unbelievable. I speak to him every day. Actually offered him a fight a few weeks ago, and he says, no, I'm definitely retired. Tommy's he'll always be a big part of my life, never mind boxing. As all of them are, all the fighters, whether they've finished or they're still going, I'm a boxing man through and through, and it's not a matter of magic, it's about trying to get kids opportunities, which is why we're back in and we're here, at the Girdwood Hub in the 2nd of August.
It's Irish boxing sort of keeps me going from strength to strength. I'm sure, Mark, when you first started out years ago, to think of where the sport is now, like there seems to be more and more, like Galway was obviously just announced there last week, obviously a lot more pros come into this market, like Irish boxing probably now at a premium where it's probably never been to before.
Yeah, well, whenever I moved back from Jersey 12, 13 years ago, I decided, like I says, well, why, like the talent in Northern Ireland is so good, why can, in Ireland full stop, why can it not, you know, be the capital of boxing in the UK and Ireland? And because it was dead. And I've ground away over the years. As I say, this is my 13th year. You know, I've seen so many, like, people come and go. They have a couple of shows, they realise how hard it is. I've seen it, you know, media people run to the next man, thinking it's the next big thing, and then they disappear. It's a hard business, you know. And like, you know yourself, I work behind the scenes for other promoters and other local promoters, and you know, as I say, I've no, what do you call that, not egotistical. I love boxing, so that's what I do, and getting kids opportunities. And like, money comes, money goes, but if you can get a title at the end of it all, Steve, like, you know, you can sit with your grandkids and say, oh, you know, I fought in there and I won this title and here's my belt. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, it's a legacy for me.
It's like, it's hard to stay in this sport for so long, Mark, if you don't have a genuine passion for it. You know, it's like, you know, as you say, people's come and went from the sport, whether it's boxers, whether it's promoters. Yeah. You know, it's only that passion that keeps you going. You know, I'm actually like Eddie Hearn in a way. Like Eddie Hearn gets slated day in, day out, but he's been a massive driving force in boxing, not even within the UK and Ireland, but worldwide now. Like, you don't keep going unless you're passionate about something.
Oh, you have to. You know, like on a Saturday night, you know, if you're not there, you're tuning in. You know, aren't you? You know, that's, you've got to be watching all the contenders, watching what's going on. Be respectful to fighters, to be respectful to opponents, the managers, the fellow promoters. You know, it's a lot, but it's something you either love or you hate, or else love to hate, you know.
And like ticket prices and things like that for Girdwood.
Yes.
When tickets and stuff go on sale.
So they go on sale today. They're on Eventbrite for now. The fighters will get their own tickets, and basically it's 60, 70, 80, 100 and 120. There's something for everybody. And it'll be a bar, it'll be a great night of entertainment for everybody. And as I say, it's going to be a cracking undercard, you know, once I start dripping it out. But trying to get fights matched before I really release fighters.
Yeah, and as I say, anybody that hasn't been to the Girdwood before, it's perfect. You're within a couple of steps in the bar, a couple of steps from the smoking area, and obviously you're nice and compact to the venue as well. So
and all the seats are quite good. And it's going to be, as I say, be a very, very exciting night of boxing. So I'm really looking forward to it. You know.
Definitely. Well, look, Mark, obviously it's a pleasure always to get a catch up with you. Delighted obviously to see you're staying involved in the sport. Obviously Colm Murphy back for Fight 15 and his fourth pro belt. No doubt we'll obviously see you on Fight Week.
Yes,
and I'll catch up with you soon.
I'm sure I'll speak to you before the end. Thanks very much, Steve.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you.
Bye-bye.